mutya bannange kasule muli steady. Good morning Joshua. Antonio nagamba okola mu lufula. Good morning Antonio. Africa Carota. Simon from Luzira. Pade Wilba. How are you my people? The city will be. I'm okay. I can't complain. I hope you guys are also doing very fine. Yeah, so today today I thought we could talk about our plans for the festivities. You know, the festive season is one season that like kind of unites everyone, rich or poor, big or small, tall or short. Everyone prepares for the festival. Of course, the preparation these days are not like they used to be. Mujukira Christmas yedda banage, Easter yedda, Eid yedda. I don't know if the kids these days feel the same way about the festive seasons like we did. But for us, chabanga magical. Of course, I think because we did not spend money from our pockets. People spent money, and during Christmas it meant that people would come and give us money. Normally, and all that. But what does it mean these days? What does the festive season mean to you these days? Hey, festive season, what does it mean? What does the festive season mean to you? Antonio, Pade, Wilbur, Joshua, Africa Carota, and then what does Simon? What does Christmas? What does the festive season mean to you? It's important that. Good morning, Abe. What does the Christmas season? What does the festive season mean to you? Let's talk about it generally. We talk about, of course, we talk about the Christmas season. We talk about the Easter season, the Eid seasons, because Eid we have like 4 Eids, I think, in the year, 3 or 4, right? So what does the festive season mean to you going omuntu? In the past, it means auntie bagenda kujja bakuweeyo ekikumi okitegeera. These days it's quite different. Favor aunt kati ffe tulina okugaba ekikumi. But what does the festive season mean to you? Especially now that we have about 60, not even 60 days, we have about 40 days remaining to get to like the biggest festive season of the year, which is Christmas, right? Dawood, good morning. Habat, good morning. Godfrey is saying it's the time to celebrate the wins, big or small, and celebrate the work done in the year. It's good to always take some time to enjoy and celebrate. Good morning, JK. Hey. Banang, what does the festive season mean to us these days? But you know, I know that in about 10 days, in about 10 days, and businesses are going to start putting disco lights all over their premises and all that. But you as a business person, for example, what do you plan for the festive season? Good morning, Nicole, Jovan, good morning. Jovan is saying that the festive season is just a normal day. The economy is not good. Definitely, yeah, the economy. But would the economy ever improve in Uganda? You know, the one thing that worries me about my country is that nafe tuyinza okufuna tugwawo ensi yaffe tekyuse. Okitegeera? Ensi naffe tuyinza okufa ne tugwawo ensi yaffe ffe generation yaffe. It worries me. Ffe tuli mu generation egamba mbu tetufa ku politics because we are not politicians and all that. But if you realize that the politicians decide which roads get made, the politicians decide which hospitals get medicine, the politicians decide which cars pay which tax, the politicians decide which tax gets put on homeowners, the politicians decide what tax you pay for which businesses. So kakati go government, you're not a politician. So Jovan, yes, the economy is normal, but do you think it's going to change? Do you think next year will be better? Are you blindly optimistic or you're pessimistic? Personally, I'm much more of a pessimist, and it has helped me because if you're a pessimist, then you try to be pessimists normally think about what could go wrong, and because now they think about what could go wrong, they end up preparing for what could go wrong. So when it goes wrong, it's not a surprise, and if it goes right, well, it surprises them, which is a very good surprise. It simply means relaxing for me and meeting family and friends. Yeah, so for the people that normally don't meet your family and friends, then the festive season means you're going to be meeting these guys, chatting, reminding yourselves about moments. Now people are no longer celebrating festivals because of the economy. Today you eat, tomorrow you are not sure. Now I manage chasers, but when you have a talk, you celebrate. In a way, I've come to believe that people don't actually celebrate because they have money. People celebrate because they want to celebrate, because they have stuff to be grateful for, because they are satisfied with what they have and where they are. So people don't normally celebrate because they have a token. No. Celebrating, and you found people that are poorer than you that celebrate the festivities better than you. I used to live in Kasangati, and there used to be this Muslim man. Haina sente naye nga alina abaana obanga bataano, naye nga Idi bwetuuka ajjayo ekkanzu ye nga teba nnyonjo nga eba yaguba, naye nga agijjayo n'ayambala engatto ze ne yeesiga samona ne balumba omuzikiti n'abaana be, okitegeera. And then it got to a time where he yagula ka G-touring, and nga akatuulamu kwe ka n'akanyumirwa. He didn't have much, but he enjoyed the festivities. You know, abasiramu bo balina Eid oba ssatu mu mwaka. So, and he would celebrate each Eid like it was the first and last. You get? I hear people complain about the economy, and all I see is social media in Uganda is chopping money like there is no time. Apparently, JK, the guys you see on social media should not be representing the entire Uganda. Some of the people you see on social media that seem to be chopping money are not even eating their money. Those guys are eating money that is given to them. Never know abasajja baboda kikulubudde bampa yange kirabe. Some of the people, JK, that you see eating money are not eating their money. They are eating money that is given to them by other people. Some of the people are just actually eating. They don't even know where the money came from. They are just there eating. Ronald, I actually don't believe that. Me, I find that actually the people that work for their money and have money from their sweat don't actually just eat it the way we think they do. Yeah. Those that chop money, they are thieves. They don't earn the money honestly. I happen to go places to relax with pay, but I realize that when it comes to accommodation, Ugandan hotels and lodges don't offer value for money. So expensive without anything special. JK, it depends on the culture. our culture, even at home, because when you try to think about the times I've been hosted in Ugandan homes, bw'okyala mbanna Uganda n'osula baba bakuyamba buyambi. Naye nkyaddeko mu abazungu and Americans, Canadians and Europeans. When these guys host you, they host you. They are not helping you. You wake up in the morning and the breakfast is there. Which again, they make sure you have the time of your life. But in Uganda, when people host you, they are helping you. Which again, so the goal is to give you a bed. Sometimes they don't even give you a bed. They give you a mattress. You find a place to just put that mattress. Which again, so it's not in our culture, JK, to kind of give people an experience. So when Ugandan hostels give you just a bed, that's the best they can give you. They are helping you to give you a place to sleep. That's our culture. That's why you find that even our leaders are helping us. We vote for them and then they start saying they are helping us. So it's in our culture that the king helps their subjects. The kings help their subjects. So the president and the MPs may be voted by the people. So in actual sense, these guys are at the mercy of the people. But when they get in office, then now they are helping us. But to Yamba, which take it at JK. So that's what happens. That's your culture. Etandikira kubwa kabaka nti kabaka akuyamba. Buli kintu kye kabaka kyakolera aba akuyamba. Kabaka bw'akyala ewuwo aba akuyamba. Kabaka bw'alya emmere yo aba akuyamba. So I think that our politicians have taken up the same thing. Even the general population has taken up the same thing. So the hotel guys, they be helping you. So personally, I would not be surprised. I would actually be surprised if I went and paid for a hotel, slept there, and they gave me breakfast, part of the room. I'd be surprised. That's just not in our culture. So, but what does the festive season mean to you guys? What are your plans? Do you plan to spend big? Do you plan to save big? Do you plan to earn big? Or is it going to be just any other normal day? Personally, for me, the festive seasons are normal. They are just normal days. My goal would be to probably give my kids an experience, for them to at least get a taste of what I got as a kid. But personally, I find that I find that the festive season is actually a normal season. I would not complain about the economy because I know that everywhere it's tough. It's not tough if you earn more than what you need to spend. It's tough if you don't earn as much as you need to spend. I also find that the economy is tough for people that know they deserve better, or that know they could earn better, or that know that they are spending more than what they earn. So the economy is tough based on where you stand. It's tough for us because when you have bigger dreams, when you have bigger spending, and what you earn doesn't match up, then definitely the economy is going to be tough on you for the next couple of years. I don't know if I'm... Mommy, why are you crying, that big boy? Big boy. Big boy! You is in year one. You is in year one, wants to be carried. Eh? Why? Eh? So Paul, good morning. Ugandans can afford those places. Ugandans are used to the culture we have. Our culture is that normally you're helped by your host. Your host is helping you. Your host is not grateful to have you. That's just our culture. you can imagine bazadde bo bakuzaala ne bakulangira okubeera ewaabwe nga balinga bwe wagamba nti mundeeteyo. Okitegeera Jeki, omuzadde azaala omwana ng'omwana tamutumye, kyokka omuzadde n'alaga omwana nti amuyamba okubeera naye ewuwe. So it's in our culture. The people that host us should ideally be nice to us, because if they didn't host us, we'll be somewhere else, right? But they are not nice to us at all. But they tend to believe that they are helping us. I don't believe that. Like you see, there is this thing that people used to do in relationship. For example, you've heard of things like muchara wange, girlfriend wange muyamba okumwagala. There is no way you're going to be helping someone to love them. If you didn't love them, someone else would be loving them. The fact that you're loving them means that they are worth something. And then there are certain people that continue saying that say senga sinze wali badde yali badde ina wali. It's a fact yali badde ina wali. They are probably not in a better place because they are with you. So but our culture has our culture has sort of made us believe that buli wobeera nga olina omuntu gwoba gwoli naye, olina omuntu gwohostinze, for example, in a way you're helping them. So kati aba hotel ekyobola ba receptionist balina attitude. Ogenda mu office to get a service which you're actually going to pay for. These guys have attitude. They feel like they should not even be serving you. They see you as unworthy. It's just in our culture. Ontegera Jeke, kati gotandika comparing a culture yaffe wano mu Uganda, comparing n'abadde ni booli nabo. Like how do they behave? Okitegeera. I can tell you that even the time that I was in Norway and I experienced racism, but that was one time. Those racists were still nice to me. Racism starts in their head. These kids were trying to be racist, but I had another kid that was protecting me. Because ono achimanyi takolachi tanyamba. Like if this chick that took me to the beach didn't take me to the beach, I would be somewhere. That's one thing that we probably don't understand. For example, if a leader in Uganda comes and says like if we need to be able to tell this person, if you are not here, we would have someone as a leader. And when someone tells you because of me we have been able to get good roads, like if it wasn't for you, yes, we may not have gotten very good roads like what we have, but we would still have roads. And then yes, even the roads we have are not the best. But it's in our culture for people to tend to make themselves believe that they're assisting us, they are helping us, even when they are not actually. So kati chechibera mu hotels in Uganda, chechiri mabala, chechiri masomero, you can find a school nga director yembatira ku bazadde. Gamba abayamba buyambi, HM nga yembatira ku bazadde. Abayamba buyambi. When the actual thing is the parents are paying you for a service. Give them the service to the best of your ability. Good morning, Paul. Samuel. Saving and the festive season are mutually exclusive. Tulina okwerwanako okusavinga. During the festive season, I try as much as possible to stay home. I try to stay home because during this period, almost everyone is spending. So I'll give my kids the best time at home. We'll probably decorate the tree. We'll decorate the tree and we'll bake stuff, we'll cook stuff. Cafe. Thank you very much for watching the cafe, and thank you very much for sharing, spreading the word about the cafe. It's something I can't take for granted. Showing off has never been my cup of tea. It's uncivilized, definitely. And the reason people show off is because when someone suffers a lot, they get to a point, and that when they get some car, they get a chance to have a good life. They want to show everyone that they're having a good life. Can you imagine even these service providers feel like they are helping their customers? Exactly, Ronald. It's in our culture. It's in our culture. There are times I've worked with one of the mechanics I used to inspect cars. And guy natambulanga araga yamba buyambe omuntu mukebere motoka. You're not helping anyone. You're getting money from this person to give them a service. Take a move bwangu. And it's one of the reasons why I sometimes change. Because in Zendaba, our culture is, in a way, I know abantu bagamba abazungu bebajja, when tourists come they say Ugandans are the most welcoming people in the world. Yes, we are welcoming because you have money. I find that Ugandans treat people that have money more special than people that don't offer them money. Let's say people that offer them money are treated much nicer than people that are not offering them money. I find that even in my own family, when I have some money to offer, people treat me better than when I don't have money to offer. It's just in our culture. That's why a person would even sell their kid because of money. Cancel Patrick, good morning. Good morning, Chris Fitness. Jumbo Juma, I'm seeing a market X at a very good price. Tell us about it. I told all this story yesterday, Juma. Your story Najo how we bought the market X. You can watch yesterday's broadcast. So, what's your plan for the festivities? What does the festive season even mean to you? Me, I think the festive season I find that if we had leaders that actually celebrated the festive season, in a way it would mean a lot to the population. But we live in a society where politicians believe that the only duty they have to the country is to eat money, to get paid and go, and that everything else which would actually be their responsibility, they are just helping us as a country. But we are they are helping us. Kati Semuto Road, they said they would start constructing Semuto Road on 29th August. Do you know what they have been doing? Probably someone in the construction sphere can come and explain to us what they are doing. But since August, September, now we are in October, and you get it? That's all they are doing. It's even bad. Of course, but we should expect that they should have done better. So they're helping us actually. It's a very bad thing. And you know, the one thing that makes me sad is that it's like we just want to live and die. Live, eat and die, live, eat and die, live, eat and die. And when you live, eat and die, the kids you're living on the earth, what are they going to remember you for? Like, my dad once existed. And it's just not with us, it's even with our politicians. It's just like, even them, they are living, becoming MPs and dying, living, becoming MPs and dying. For example, rest his soul, the late Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Bolanya. Like, what contribution can we point at to come back? Maybe I don't follow. I don't just follow the politics to know exactly what did he contribute. Because there are politicians that we look at like it's like they don't do anything. They just, the contribution they have even in the places where they come from are the big houses they construct for their families. Like like the late Jacob Olanya, when you go to his constituency, the one thing they remember him by is the big house that he left in Yarisha Namaiza na kumaliriza. Ochitege, right? So I find that we, the young people, we know kwefako. Like oba the people abazadde bafe babanga mu celebrating Christmas kutimba buti, genda ku church, and that's how we got here, because in a way our parents contributed to this. They contributed to this. They did not make people accountable, and then we did not also make our parents accountable. I find that we need to start being accountable. Like my kids make me accountable. Like Aban makes me accountable. There's a time he came to our room, naga neighbor daddy, why is your room like this? So if we as a people start making sure that people are accountable for what they ought to be doing, they will start doing the right things. Wilbur is saying they do repairs for all years and it's more costly in the long run. Definitely. You just imagine if you kept on working on something that wasn't getting any better, instead of buying a new thing. Mulabanga primogen nabanyumiriza omukyala gye yampadde. The Primo, repairing the Primo is okay, but buying another Primo, for example, might be better. Why not just sell this one, whoever can buy it, and then buy a car that, because when the lady told me about that Primo, she told me emotoka yezikiza bwokuba mbinya, that's wiring. Emotoka yesikeda side emu, that's suspension. Emotoka etonya, that's the body. Then the gearbox hydraulic. When you park it at an angle, the hydraulic comes out without trouble. So she's probably going to end up spending like 4 million in repairing the car. However, that car can be bought at about 3 million. You see, she sells the car about 3 million, adds the 4 million that she was going to spend in repairing that car, and she gets another car. That's 7 million. Nebaga got 2 million in Tano, for example. Now is 5 million, 3 million, that's 8 million. She can get another Primo that is in better condition. She can get a Spacio old model. But because probably Primo old model, but it will be in much better condition than her, because a Morocco year ready. Never naji some million tano tesobola kuva mu million 5 okitegeera so nga atasobola ofuna Morocco ndaja agule million 8 bwamaana agitunda 8 nga agikoye. So some of these things, you know, if she hadn't come to Arthur, for example, she would have taken that car to a garage. Never muliako sente. Bali sigade ba muliako sente. Basigade ba tebali mugambe kinginda mugamba. Okitegeera. Moses is saying, in Uganda we live in a moment where we don't have a planning culture. This festive season to many of us is 25 and 1st. Those are the days most get organized to get good clothing. I know, Moses. Like, and that's how we were raised. We were raised like Christmas, we bagulira abana engoye empya ku Christmas, basiga amayumba. It's like parents. Abana baba, when the daughters are coming for introduction, so when their homes are they are improved. That's and you know, majority of the parents, and probably something that our generation needs to think about. Majority of the parents have nice chairs in their sitting rooms because their daughters got introduced. They have fridges in their houses because their daughters got introduced. They have big TVs because their daughters got introduced. Mukanoja notunje nyumba yonna nga bweri mudiro mu dining nga senga bali tebayanjula abaana be ediro ne dining mwali badde mukyalimu mukeeka. Some of the parents have power because of Ochitegera. So yesterday I was watching this Muslim guy. He's called who? Sekade. I think he's a preacher at Makerere University Mosque, and he was saying naimwe bazadde mwe lwaki omwana we baba genda omwanjula n'otandika okusaba buli kimu ekkubo mulitukolere mujje enyuma mugisereke everything that you failed to do you want your daughter's husband to do it nga gwe wali okola ki okitegera gwe byakulema okukola myaka egyo gyonna gwe oyagala bba wa muwala we yaba abikola. And it makes sense that now during Christmas, I used to, and you know, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do for your in-laws. I know a dude, every Christmas he would buy a gomesi for his mother-in-law, he would buy a cans for his father-in-law, he would send money. So sometimes it doesn't really matter what you do for your in-laws. Besides, some of these in-laws don't even want your things. But you, because you want to show them to inawe okay, you start doing these things, eh? You start being extravagant on them. These people don't really care. They don't care how much money you have. But anyway, what are your plans for the festive season? Me, Christmas Day, I'll probably stay home. I'll probably stay home. My kids will be home. We'll probably play games at home. If I have an inspection, I'll do it. So what are you going to be doing during the festive season? And by the way, the festive season starts on 23rd. And on 23rd, I'm going to have a show. We have a kids program where we are teaching kids performance skills. We are teaching them public speaking, writing speeches, acting, dance, music, and this program is running starting 1st December up to around 22nd, and on the 23rd, these kids, we are enrolling kids up to 16 years, and these kids are going to shoot their own short film, and on the 23rd they will premiere their short film, and they also perform a musical play. So this is your chance to come and watch kids do magic on the stage. So 23rd, that's my plan, and then of course 24th I'll relax, 25th I'll relax, 26th sometimes it doesn't matter what plans you have on certain days. Wengago, you can have your plans, but the country, the population has their own plans. On Christmas Day, unless you deal with entertainment or food. Last Christmas, what did we do? Last Christmas we went out. Last Christmas we went out. We were on a double date with the production manager. Came with his family, I came with my family, then we went out and ate. And then afterwards we went for a movie. I remember we actually spent money last Christmas. So I think I liked what happened last Christmas. We may end up doing it again. We may end up doing it again. So what are your plans for this festive season? What are your plans for this festive season? What are your plans for this festive season? Me, I'll spend some money. Let me start collecting it. I remember last Christmas. And then on the 1st, I think we were home. Were we home on the 1st? You see, for us as adults, I think it's very easy for us to even forget what we did last Christmas, because we have a lot going on during the year that we forget. I think probably the ladies would remember what happened that week, because ladies normally have clearer memories. Me, I don't remember what happened. I remember of course I remember what we did on Christmas now, but ideally I would normally even forget what happened then. But you guys that are going to the villages, are you going in the bus or are you buying a car? If you're buying a car, come we buy the car. Come we buy the car. Hey, come we buy the car. If for the guys that are going to the village, come we buy the car, and then you go driving the car for Christmas. Naila, the person that bought the markets, is going. If he goes to the village, he's going to go to the village in the markets. What are you going to go in the village in? And by the way, during Christmas, the villages are more expensive than towns, right? Are really more expensive than the city. Tunide Subaru Forester. Obeno guno mwaka chi. Viani woli. Moroka mwaka chi. It's like 2008, 2007. So what are your plans for the festive season? What are your plans for, because right now, of course, the biggest festive season is Christmas. And I know that there are religions that don't celebrate Christmas, like the Orthodox. The Orthodox don't celebrate Christmas. The Adventists don't celebrate Christmas. The Muslims celebrate Christmas because we also celebrate Eid. So which people are you inviting over to your home? You'll be working on your project and chilling as well. So you're not coming to Uganda for Christmas, JK. Fatigue, so I'll use Christmas to sleep. Of course, then I'll go to church, and then I'll come back and sleep. The thing about you'll be in Uganda. The thing about Uganda is the culture is also sometimes the culture is very friendly to us as men, especially men that have family. Yeah, Ugandan project. Yeah. So for us as Ugandan fathers, we have the liberty of sleeping whenever we want. So Christmas, I will wake up, get the kids ready, we go to church, then we'll come back and they'll do whatever they have to do, and then I'll sleep. And then I'll wait for my food, which take it. So what else would we do? After lunch, we would play games, probably. Still at home. I think Christmas is the time I should teach them how to ride bicycles. Yeah, and then bond. Because as a father, you need to bond with your sons when they are young. Because if you don't bond, they'll get to a time and they don't communicate their struggles. And there is an interview I saw with a father whose son committed suicide. And he was saying, I wish my son had talked to me. But you know, if Arthur, what causes tires to develop memory? Some tires are just bad. Sometimes that's why I normally tell you guys, if you drive a small car, the right tires for you to buy are Linglong. But I've seen all the other types of tires in the so some tires are just bad, then sometimes because you hit stones, you hit pavements. Yeah. Christmas is the only time our entire family gathers together. I think for us, it's not really about gathering, it's about visiting each other. So I can see my grandmother literally every time. My grandmother is like the most important person in our family, so everyone tries to make sure that they are there for her, visit her, and for us, as long as we are doing that, it's good. And you know, there are uniting factors, uniting parties in families. For us, our grandmother is the uniting party in our family. I'm actually worried that if she passes, what will happen to our family? I find that if she passed like tomorrow, that would be like the end of the unity in the family. We don't have anyone else that can unite the family as much. Because she's old, she's working for heaven. She's no longer working for anyone. For me, Christmas is church in the early morning, then home. Chris Fitness. One of the reasons why I stay home is because I find all these performances boring. Because musically, I find music boring, unless if they do live band. And when you look at the live band that most of these guys do, it's also boring. I used to do live band, and one of the reasons I quit, of course I could not make the business work, but one of the reasons I actually quit, because business doesn't work in like 1 or 2 years. So I would have hung on, but hanged on. Yeah, but one of the reasons I gave up, I had a full band, by the way. One of the reasons I gave up is I wasn't satisfied with the sound of the band. It's like you hear that song, I want to be able to listen to that song and listen to it the way it is. But now, I could not get the song. I think the one song that we could actually play probably and feel it, that we would play. That we would play properly. can't manage the overcrowdedness during festives in Kampala. By the way, that period is there are literally so many people in all places. Mom and I are the uniting factor. When I ask everyone to come home, Mom's place, they seem to listen. Yeah, I think every family has a uniting party. Now, Katigwe, JK, you're the uniting party in your home. For us, I think it's you have to raise your kids in a way that when you're gone, one of them will be the uniting party when you're gone. Because sometimes when the parent is alive, the kids will even come just because their mother has called. They don't want to make their mother sad or their father sad, so they'll simply come. So when that person is gone, there'll be no reason for them to come back. And I think that's where Europe is right now. Most of the European countries, mostly America, I think, they watch that family togetherness and now they wafe chija. They wafe chija because our culture is now getting too materialistic. Which take here. So, what does the festive season mean to you and your family? What will you do? Yeah, and are you earning enough money to go through the festive season? Because what okubanga planning a festive season yojina nenga sente zozo ziwetaga toli muzikola. Are you making that money? Are you making that money? Are you making the money that you're going to need in the festive season? For me, because it's not too much money, yes, I already have the money to go through Christmas. Because for me, it's umuntu agenda okira ku church. Ku church to where you're rukomero kumbe. Kwa church ngakko kutusinga tewali somera kitujiwa sente nyingi. How about say festives for me are for resting. All year also is overwhelming. True. I think at the generation here we hustle hard. I think because in the African culture, for example, working is you using your entire body. But for us, we actually use our brains too much. We are not even we have not yet adjusted to the fact that you can work hard without actually using your hands and legs. So there are times you would work and actually think you're not working. Like right now, I'm not even using my hands, but I'm working. Some of the things that can help you make money, our ancestors, our parents have demonized them. For example, I'm very sure that there are ministers in the government that don't know that someone can make money using Facebook, which is why they are still blocking Facebook. Otherwise, if they were updated, Facebook will be unblocked by now. But that Facebook is still blocked because these guys, apparently they believe the Ugandans that abused them in 2021 were abusing them based on nothing. I know that the abuses that these people received had been brewing for the past couple of years. It's in 2021 that the people decided, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Good morning, Posiano. How are you? Atendo na akagwa walu amanya agamunga mwino kukole nnyo kati erinnya lya akagwa bwoba mwavu oba oswala Salmin kyekiriwo maani olina lwobule nnyo. By the way, for the guys, yamisinze cafe lero cafe agenda kuddamu alage ku ssaawa 6 ez'emisana. So if you missed cafe but you really want to watch it, you can watch it today at midday. Yeah. What's your plan for the festivities? What should be, Mweba guy? What should be the ideal plan for a festive for the festive season for the Uganda, for a young Ugandan? Ngabera Kampala wano nga hustle we Kampala. Chichi yali badda planning for the festive season, and the festive season will basically run from 23rd up to 2nd January, 23rd December to 2nd January. Man, up and down these days na yenga tero kulaba videos after mitegeera man ate kati okunganya kasente ka Christmas. Yeah. And by the way guys, this is also the time that we start preparing for next year. If you need capital for next year, this is the time to find it. If you need networks for next year, this is the time to get the networks. If you need a place to rent for business next year, kati yesawa yokufuna ekifo ekyo. Oceano is saying, I usually use the festive season to make evaluations of how the year has been, drawing plans for next year. It's truly right that not every plan comes to fulfillment in a year, but I rely on the road. True. Stanley, good morning. Struggling to see that I have that I achieve a good life, so that I don't kuswaza my name as you have said. Amina Posiano. Amanyaga mwagamu ababasokawo bagakolera nnyo Posiano. Kati nga nange bwe nkolerera ennya lya Kisenyi ndirikewo abaana batandika okustrugglinga nga tulina kutenene. Abakisenyi abansookawo tebalina kyamaanyi kye baakola. Baali mu kwegadanga. Baberanga mu kwegadanga Bakisenya abasookawo. Naye abanaddawo after me bagenda kuba ne challenge. Ebitala byafudde. Mabaati kyako ge bakozesa ku kyaki eno banayi bayingini. Is it a different kind of mabaati oba just ettaka lyeri? Galeka kategula, galinga gatali kategula. Babanga mu kwegadanga. I'm telling you, era everyone boba woli awo. Nga erinnya lyo bw'olyogera terina gwe likanga nga tolina kifo w'olisanga nti balyogerako nti once there was a great man called so and so manya abantu abalina erinnya lyo babeeranga mu kwegadanga ekifo ky'okukola ebintu wano waliwo ekibumbe kya muzeeyi mwakimenya nga temuli ba muzanyi. Mubanga mwoli erinnya nze erinnya lyange lya Kisenyi. I'm one of the greatest Kisenyis to ever live. I still want to find out which other Kisenyi exists. I may be, if there is a number one, I may be the number two Kisenyi. And I'm putting in even more work so that I become the number one Kisenyi, the Kisenyi of reference. Kati gwe erinnya lyo naawe likolere bwoba tebalikolera kati gwe kaggwa bali bakagwa bakumeka okitegeera oli wala nnyo mu bakaggwa. So what are your plans? Of course, Kat Fenati local evaluation. Thank you very much for that. Fenati local evaluation. Fenati no planning iramanya gaffe. You don't want to just live and die. So that they say, "Akojawa moyo no na ye." You know there are people like that. For example, there are people in our families. Ngo ogwali badenga okubajjukira. Kasaba ogera kawuka ka mukenenya ha kaaba menya. Kamukana nyako kabajja ne gundi muyafiira omwo nga kyo kye bamujjukirako. You want to be remembered for something. You want your kids to be proud of saying that they are your sons or they are your daughters. That means you really need to work hard. And I know that money probably helps you achieve that. That proud. But what if that money reduces? What happens? Then your kids will stop respecting you because the only thing they respected you for has kind of disappeared. You don't want your kids to respect you only for the money. You want your kids to respect you for so many things, your integrity. They want your kids to respect you for what you have achieved that is outside money. I was talking to one of the guys, one of the people that I've inspected cars for, and he was telling me that for him he's investing in real estate alone. He was saying the only reason he's investing in real estate is because his father had 12 kids in total, but he had invested in real estate. He had about 12 houses, and these houses were bringing about 500,000 per month, and it's the houses that paid their tuition for them. And because of that, he's investing in real estate alone. Now he's investing in real estate because he saw that his dad died, but they were still able to go to the best schools, and all of them are professionals. And it makes sense that he has something to remember his dad for. That's not money. That his dad created something that could take him to school even when the dad wasn't there. So, because he has the money, he did not. He decided, let me invest more in real estate, let me buy a modest car, so we don't take out a future. In fact, twali tuli mukwa inspection n'agamba napangisa batanampa kasente kange neba ngabe bakaleeta encha okitegeera he learned something from his dad. Now you have to ask yourself, kakati gwabana bagenda kuyigira coach when they look at you. And then I was talking with one of the ladies I work with, and she was telling me that there's a time she believed that she could have her own children. No musajja agenda kuza omwana wo baba anabe. And then there's a video she saw. She showed me the video that there are things you can't teach your kids, that only their father can teach them, and that their father doesn't have to teach them those things directly. Olumutajja bibasomesa directly. Naye ku byako mu byakola mwe bajja ekyokuyiga okitegeera. Like for example, my kids are learning that a dad has to make sure that the kids get to school safe. My kids are also learning that a dad has to make sure that there is power in the house. A dad has to make sure that everything that is needed at home is there. Like, you know, I've told you that Fetkoisa rainwater, we harvest rainwater. We have 10k tanks of 10k total. And when the water runs out, I normally buy water. I pay a water tank to bring water to us. And the kids know daddy pays for the water. So there are things that your kids are going to learn from you. I've told you time and again that the reason why we have an increased number of single mothers is because we have had single mothers before. And the single mothers, because we had single mothers, boys started believing that if my mother could take care of us as a single mother, so my girlfriend can probably do the same. To make sure that that they are in their kids' lives. Okitegeera ne basuulira abaana abawala abaana okitegeera naye ng'ate omuntu obusajja obuvunaanyizibwa olina okubeera mu bulamu bw'abaana bo okitegeera. So but those are things that a kid can only learn if they see a man actively taking responsibility okitegeera. Tulaba abavubuka, they have kids left, right and center that they never really take care of. And if you try to see where the kids are coming from, you realize that majority of these kids, these boys, were raised by single mothers. We don't want that to continue. Good morning, Bashir. October, good morning. Arthur, nze bwe nsuma tuka n'enkumawo nga nkyali mulamu njagala namukadde wossebo. Namukadde eno nga njagala nagifula open roof abali beeyagali. So as men, for example, n'abakyala bennyini, because there are people that look up to their mothers. Gaga mami yakolanga kino, so I have to do it. Mami yali strong like this, so I want to do it. Me, I believe that for boys, for example, boys could learn a lot from their fathers directly and indirectly. Like, you don't have to be beating your boys for the boys to learn what they need to do. Abali wakafu, if you have stayed home today or if you have a TV at your workplace, this is going to be your time for you to watch the cafe yasawa mukago gwemisana. It's a repeat of what was shown on Saturday. So tujisuwa atasobola kugiraba ku weekend. I'm still fatigued from Saturday. Joshua, Antonio, Africa Carota, Baranga Simon, Mutumba Pade, Semosu Wilba, Abe, Dawood Mununule, Harbert, Godfrey, JK, Nicholas Kaziwe, Jovad Mugume, Seguya Ronald, Talema Samuel, Moses Heath, Paul, Lubura Chris Fitness, Council Patrick Asiku, Julius Lutwama, Dan, Kagwa Posiano, Shagaf, Salmina, Ibanda Bernard, Chigozi Stanley, Bashir Mukalas. kati mulaba market eno eyo ate yo market tenywa ostegera zili ezasooka zisobola okuba nga zinywa, but that one is modern. It's the modern market tenywa amafuta era bw'ogigula oba ogenda kweyagala bweyagazi. So the guys that can afford to buy, I think that's like a 2012 model. Bana ikamba sibule bachali bange njagala kunoonya ku kaawa Antonio gwe waŋŋambye kanoonye ku kaawa Golodi owa Golodi gwe mbanywako olwaleero kubanga I think I see lwaki abazungu banywa coffee. Omuntu bw'obaba nga abeera nnyo active ojja kwesanga ebiseera ebimu ojja kwetaaga okunywa kaawa naye nga Mukama abawa omukisa. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow, Market Tuesday. May God bless you today. Ciao.